Does flyering to get clients for your cleaning business still work in 2025? So sending out flyers is often one of the first things that people think about when they're looking to get their first clients. But there is definitely right ways to do it and wrong ways to avoid. And in this video, these are the things that I'm going to run you through. So the first thing to really think about flyering is to identify where it is in your marketing mix in terms of all your other marketing that you do for your cleaning business. And flyering really is something that you need to do consistently. It's a slow burn. You will get results, but it is not one of those channels where you can put in a few $100s and get the phone ringing straight away. It's not like a Google marketing when you set up a campaign, launch the campaign, and get calls straight away. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the most important things that you need to do to maximize your chances of succeeding with your flyering campaign. So let's jump straight into it. So first of all, we need to think about flyering in terms of flyer drops multiple times in the same location. This is a very common mistake that I see with people trying out flyering, is that they think they can print off a few hundred flyers, send out flyers in the neighborhood, in the immediate neighborhood, and that they should start to expect the phone to start calling. But that is definitely not the way to do it. First of all, we need to think about flyering as a numbers game. Sending out 100 flyers in your neighborhood is going to have a very, very little impact. Really, you want to be thinking in the hundreds or if not thousands of flyers. And we want to flyer that same location multiple times. It cannot just be a single flyer drop. So, in my cleaning business, when we were flyering, we would used to flyer the same location, the same zip codes 3 times, once every 2 months. It would be 3 times in total. And the reason for that is that the way I see flyering is more of like a brand building campaign. Many of the people that will receive your flyers may not be in the market for cleaning at the moment. Maybe they already have a house cleaning company, or maybe they've just moved into the area and they're not yet ready to buy. But many people who are potentially interested might pick up the flyer, might pin it to their fridge and, come back to it, in a couple of months or a few months' time. Other people might pick up the flyer, have a look and throw it away in the bin. But that is why you need to flyer the same location multiple times, because if you get to that position where you have a potential client and they think, yes, I need to get a cleaning company in, I don't know who to use, I've not used anyone before, really you want your brand to be front of mind. And if your flyer has come through a few times, that person might remember you and think, yes, I got those flyers, let's check them out, go to your website, and that's the way that you get the leads and eventually the booked clients. So don't think about flyering as a single flyer drop. You want to think about it multiple times. Look at it in terms of, I would say 3 times over the course of 6 months, and that is a big step ahead, and that will really help you to improve your chances of getting leads from this channel. What I'll do now is I'll jump onto my screen and just show you a couple of the flyers that I've done in my business, the way that we've done it, the things that we've included, and the way that we've tracked the performance of those campaigns. So I'll see you on the screen in the next few seconds. So these are 2 examples of flyers that I've used in my cleaning business. I'll spend a bit of time just telling you what we've included, why I've included it. But really, the first place that I would recommend that you guys go if you are looking to create flyers is canva.com. There are lots and lots of flyers in here. Many of them are free. You can scan through all of these, see what you make of them. You can adjust them, add different images, change colors, all those types of things. So I would recommend that you guys go to Canva and use one of the templates. Don't create one from scratch. It will take a lot longer. It will probably be, it'll probably cost a lot more money as well if you're getting a designer to do it. These 2 flyers are, based on a template that I saw on Canva. I've just tweaked some of the colors, as you can see, tweaked text and things like that. As you can see here, there are two different versions of the flyer. Design-wise, they're very similar, but you can see what we have are, I've got one here with just clean for one of your neighbors, and then this one is a five-star hotel cleaning service for your room with the coupon code offer in the title. The first thing to say is that whenever you do a flyer drop, what you should do is, rather than say sending out 2,000 flyers, it is a good idea to send 1,000 of one version and 1,000 of the other. And in that way, you can track the performance of the two. So if you find out that this top flyer performs better, you get more leads off the 1,000 flyers than you do for the second one, then you know that when you do it next time, actually, we want to try and keep the winner, and maybe we try a different version of the second flyer. And this is a good approach in any marketing, is that you always want to keep the winners and then retest against those winners, and then you can make those incremental improvements as you go along. So always go with two versions of the same flyer. If you don't do that, there's an opportunity missed where you could look to make improvements in the future. But as you can see, what these two flyers, the top one can work well. This performed well for us, and the idea is that you are basically telling people that you are cleaning for other people in the same location. And the way to do that is, let's say you've got all your clients, your recurring clients, on a map, and you can see you'll start to see they tend to be clustered probably around the wealthier areas and things like that. So you want to identify those zip codes where you've got clusters of clients, and then this is a good way to run this type of test, because if you've got lots of clients in one zip code, their neighbors are probably similar wealth, similar requirements. Maybe they're using a cleaning company, maybe they're not, but they're probably interested in getting some sort of help. And this just gives, this is quite a good message, because it tells them actually they're not alone. If you've got vehicles and things like that, or you've got cleaning staff in branded uniforms, it may have come across your brand. So this just gives them another incentive to potentially try you out. This is really what we were trying to do with these two. I wanted to test this first version versus this second version here. This is a slightly more generic title. But really, when I set up my cleaning business at the very start, my idea was that I wanted to bring the feel when you go to a high-end hotel into the home. So things like, how the bed is made, how the towels are folded, maybe little chocolates, little gifts, that type of thing. So a 5-star hotel cleaning service for your home, that's really what our edge was. And then here we've got this, get 20% off your first clean. I wanted to test the first version against the second, really to see if there was a clear winner. The second thing to say about this is that each flyer has a code, a discount code. And this is really, really important. If you are sending out flyers and there is no code on them, it is generally quite difficult to track how effective your flyering campaign has been. Some people might say, okay, I saw your flyer and I booked service, that's great. Then, you can obviously track that. But some people will just call up and say, oh, I can't remember, I saw your company somewhere. But if they say, I want to book service, and they've asked for the code and they say need 20, that this client has come from this particular flyer. And see here, 20% off your first clean, a neat 20. There is a slight tweak with the second version, so it's not neat 20, it's 20 neat. So you can see, where those particular clients have come from. You can see here, I've just put the offer limited to the first 50 clients. That just gives a bit of scarcity, and gives people a little bit of a push to get them to act now rather than to hold off. The coupon codes, the discount codes are really important. As well as being a nice thing for new clients, it importantly gives you the ability to track, which flyer has been driving all the leads. Have a look at Canva, test two different versions, put different coupon codes for each one. And as I said at the beginning of the video, you want to flyer drop the same location 3 months, I would say probably 2 to 3 months in between. And, really the typical sort of response rates that you might get are about 1%. It could be more, could be less. It depends on lots of things like how well your brand is known and the size of the flyer drop and the zip codes and things like that. So if you sent out 100 flyers over a few months, you might expect to get one call or a couple of calls off the back of that. Obviously, if you're sending out 1,000, then you might get 10 or 20 calls. So, it can definitely work. You need to do it multiple times. The other thing, once you have these designed, then you need to find a printing company to print off your flyers. Many of these printing companies, the flyer printing companies will often offer distribution as well. So they will often allow you to sign up for their distribution service where they send out their own people to send out flyers in your location as well. So you might decide to do that, or you might decide to take all the flyers and hand them out yourselves, or get some of your cleaners to hand it out. But if you go through these key steps with your flyers, you're going to maximize your chances of getting a response. As I said, if you do a single flyer drop and omit many of the things that I've talked about on this video, then you really are going to be wasting your money. If you found the content and the video helpful today, please like and subscribe. It really, really helps me. What I'm going to talk about in this next video are my top 5 marketing channels. I think there are some great online and offline marketing channels that you can use to get new clients into your cleaning business. So I'll see you on the next one.